Hello. Hello everyone and welcome again to another PlanBee live learning session. This is live session number 10 for us, and I can see that many of you who have been before are joining us again. So welcome back. Those of you who are new and here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mr. Ryan and I am a primary teacher and a resource creator at planbee.com. I make lesson planning for teachers normally, but today I am doing this live session for you, no doubt working at home, and today's an arty session from one of our lesson plans for children in Year 3 and Year 4, aged 7 to 9. But like many of the other sessions we've done before, this is suitable for learners who are younger and older, and there's plenty that those either side will get out of it as well. So we're going to have a fun challenge today. It's a little bit different. We're going to keep it fairly relaxed today because I know that many of you are on your spring term holidays and taking it easy. So I hope you enjoy what we're going to do today. In a few minutes we'll get started, and I'll just allow a few minutes for people to arrive and a quick bit of housekeeping. So in the description below the video there's our registration form, and we always encourage people to register via that. It's really nice for us because we get to see the names of the children taking part in the session, and we can match it up with YouTube accounts. And it helps us as well if we need to get in touch with you afterwards for any reason. The second link in the description below is for the worksheets that accompany today's live learning session. And they are optional, but they're really helpful if you are able to download them. You can, of course, print them if you have a printer at home, but that's not necessary either. In fact, as with many of these live sessions, the only thing that you will need today is pen, pencil, paper. If you have felt tip pens or colouring pencils, that will be really helpful today. Or even if you have perhaps something else, maybe you have paints, that would be great too. Whatever you've got will be fine, I'm sure. Also, in the link below, if you are new here and have found us via Facebook or Twitter or word of mouth or something else, hello everyone arriving, there is a link to our home learning enrolment form, and I would really strongly encourage you to enrol via that form if you haven't already, and that means that you'll get some free resources and information from us here at PlanBee, and you'll be the first to know about future live learning sessions. I suspect we'll do one or two next week, and then a little bit more regularly again when the summer term here for schools in England and other parts of the UK as well starts again. What else have we got? Oh, our email address. That's the last thing down at the bottom of the description below. That is for you to contact us afterwards. And that email address is homelearning, all one word, @planbee.com. But not only can you contact us after this session if you want to, you have any questions, but I would strongly encourage you as well to email in some pictures of yourself working, or your children, parents, okay, if your children are working away at these activities today, please do send them in during the session to homelearning@planbee.com. We normally do a bit of a sharing of these photos at the end. So only send them in if you are happy for us to share them, of course, but we'd love to see photos of your work in progress, or even if there's time, some finished work as well. Joining me again on the live chat today are my two teacher colleagues, Emma and Abby. Thank you for joining me. They're there to help answer some questions that if I can't get to them in time, and just to moderate the chat as well. You may have met them before on one of our previous live sessions, and if you haven't, I'd encourage you afterwards to subscribe to our YouTube channel and have a look back at our live learning sessions playlist, where there's a brilliant session from Emma, which is for slightly younger learners, and that's an English session all about the gingerbread man. It was brilliant. I loved watching that. And Abby did a fantastic art session for slightly older learners, all about Japanese art and anime character drawing, and that was brilliant as well. We had such good stuff sent in. So I think it's time for us to get started. Let's have a look at what we're doing today. Okay. Oh, I'll move out of the way. There we go. Right, so today's art session is all about Seurat and Pointillism, and we're going to explore how to create art in the style of Pointillism. So those are some unusual words there, aren't they? Seurat and Pointillism. Now, Pointillism is the name of an art movement, and you might have learnt about some different art movements in the past. Perhaps Impressionism or Surrealism you might have learnt about before. Well, Pointillism is another art movement, and Seurat is the name of an artist who was very, very famous and prolific within the Pointillism art movement. Let's learn a little bit about Seurat. And here he is. This is George Seurat. I'm going to read along to these slides I'm showing you now. You're welcome to read along as well, or just listen and look. So this is George Seurat. He was born in Paris, France in 1859. How long ago is that? Well, he died in 1891 at the age of 31, so quite young. He created a new style of painting called Pointillism, which involved using tiny dots of paint instead of big dabs or strokes. His most famous painting is A Sunday on the Grande Jatte, which took him nearly 2 years to paint. And that's this painting here. Did you know that actually in real life it's 2.08 metres high and 3.08 metres wide? So it's enormous. I thought I'd just show you this picture close up now, so we can start to get an idea of what Pointillism is all about. So here is a close-up of that picture. And can you see, from a distance it looks almost like it's a little bit blurry, doesn't it? And I'd encourage you now to look closer at the screen and see what you can notice in this picture. What do you see? This picture is made up of lots and lots of tiny dots, or points, like the point in Pointillism. And here it is, look. Seurat used dots to create most of his paintings. He didn't mix the colours together, but instead used coloured dots next to each other. And when you step close to the picture and the dots, you can clearly see the separate colours. But as you get further away from the painting, the colours seem to mix together. And if we look closely here, this is a close-up of one of the characters in one of Seurat's paintings. And the skin of this person's face here, it's not just made of pink or flesh-toned coloured dots. You can see actually that there are orange and red and pink dots, but also there are gaps. There are gaps where the white of the canvas shows through as well. And he's even used blue dots for the shadows around this man's jawline here. And if you look closely at a magazine or a newspaper, a picture in one of those, or even if you have a printer at home, a colour printout, you'll see that actually pictures in those formats are made in a very similar way, with really, really tiny dots. And you can see those if you look close, or perhaps with a magnifying glass. And today, guess what? We're going to get stuck in very quickly with a Pointillism art of our own. We're going to create some Pointillist artwork. Now I wonder what tools and techniques we could use to help us do this. What materials, what medium could we use to create Pointillist artwork? Are you thinking now? And you can tell me, of course, in the live chat, what you think we could use to create Pointillist artwork, what you have at home that you could use, or perhaps if you didn't, what you don't have at home, you can tell me as well, something else you might like to use if you try this again one day in future. Well, here's one suggestion that you might or might not have thought of. Cotton buds. If you have paint at home, you could use cotton buds dipped in paint to create dotty pictures. So you can see one there, And you can tap all over the page to create this great dotty effect. You could use the end of a paintbrush or the end of a pencil, perhaps. Something like this. The rubber on the end of a pencil might work as well to dip into some paint and create dotty pictures on a page. But if you don't have paint, don't worry. Oh, there we go. Look, Seurat used the tip of a brush. So his dots were really, really tiny, probably even smaller than the point of my pencil here. He used a very small brush to create tiny dots. So it's harder to do, but if you fancy a challenge or you want to create some very detailed dot pictures, you could do that too. And look, here we go. You can use felt tips or pencils, of course. And sometimes you can use those to create really tiny dotty pictures. And I actually don't have paints here at home, so I'm going to use felt tip pen and pencil today. So the important thing to remember now, patience. Are you patient? I'm patient sometimes, not always. I try to be though. It can take a long time to create pointillist artwork. Remember, it took Seurat nearly 2 years to paint La Grande Jatte. But persevere. The finished product will be worth the hard work. So, are you ready to try some pointillism for yourselves? I am. Let's have a look at how you can work today. If you've downloaded and been able to print today's worksheets, which are attached via the link in the description below, then you might want to use one of these. You can see here that we've got some big block letters spelling out the word dot, and you could decorate this with your own dotty patterns inside those letters. Or there's this one here, dots, which has not got any guides for some patterns. So this one is if you've got your own ideas about how to create different patterns with dots. Of course here, if you want to, then you can make wavy dot patterns here and circular dot patterns here, or anything you like inside this. For an even trickier challenge, you'll see that there is the word pointillism. Lots of letters there. Lots more to decorate with a dotty pointillism pattern. Now, if you can't print that out, you can try drawing your own block letters. And I want to show you here in my notebook here, I've done it exactly that. So let's just make my screen bigger for a minute. There we are. You can see in my notebook, this is my name. My name is Ollie. And you might just about be able to see here, I've drawn some very faint guidelines for the top and bottom of my letters, and then I've just sort of started slowly sketching out the shape of each letter. And I'm quite happy with that now, and I'm going to today do my dotty pattern in there. You can probably see as well, if I go from a bit of a distance here, I've already started experimenting with dots. And can you see there? From a distance, it looks like that colour is quite orangey red, doesn't it? But in fact, it's not. We'll look closely in a second. And this one looks kind of green. But if you look closely there, you'll see that I've done this using blue and yellow felt tip pen and red and yellow felt tip pen there. So those dots blended together from a distance start to look like another colour. Let's look at a couple more pictures because I want to give you as much choice as possible today about what you do. Here we go. There are also, with the worksheets, some pictures like this. Like this. Hills and flowers. A space scene here, planets and stars and a rocket ship. And this one, which is one of my favourites, is a path disappearing off into the distance, a bit like those perspective drawings we did in a previous live learning session, and hot air balloons as well. And what about this? you would have to use some quite different colours for this underwater scene. So if you've got those and you are able to print them, go for it. Use one of those if you like, but you don't have to. If you've got previous sketches on paper or in a notebook, you could use your pointillism technique to start colouring them in. And from a previous live learning session, all about rainforest animals, I had sketches of, let's see if I can line this up, there we go, of a chameleon and a monkey hanging from a branch. And if you've got sketches like that, you could use pointillism to add colour to those sketches. Or if you're feeling super creative and want to take your time today, after today's session carrying on perhaps, you could draw your own sketch from scratch, just to give you a little bit of a guide where to put your dotty patterns and colours. And I've started doing that here in my notebook too. Can you see I was inspired by those hot air balloons? So I've put a hot air balloon up here, and I've used a bit of vanishing point perspective like we did in our vanishing point perspective live session a couple of weeks ago for a road disappearing into the distance with some terraced houses going up the street getting smaller. Now, of course, you don't have to do perspective art, but anything you want to do, if you want to try your own pointillism picture from scratch, you can do. So, are you ready? Are you feeling inspired to do some colourful, dotty pointillism art? Grab some pens, pencils, paint, whatever you've got, and start having a go. And I'm going to start doing some dotty colouring in as well with my felt tips, and we'll see how we get on. So, off you go. Enjoy. Parents, I'm sure some of you might be colouring with your children as well, but if you do have any questions about this session, the resources, home learning in general, ways in which PlanBee.com can help you with some resources to download for future home learning activities. Perhaps you're already thinking about what you're going to do next week or the week after. Then I'm happy to answer your questions now, and please share those in the live chat. And of course, I want to take some time towards the end of this session to share, hopefully, some pictures of artwork that you might send in, or maybe just work in progress, children working away. Email those to homelearning@planbee.com, and any we get we'll share together before the end of today's session. So, while some questions are coming in, I'm just going to have a go now at starting to colour my name. If you've got a long name, you could just do your initials. That would be a bit easier, wouldn't it? I think I'll start with green. So, I'm going to do some green round circles inside the letter O. And I'm going to take my time. Remember, perseverance is the key, isn't it, with pointillism pictures? Because it takes a long time. Although it's quite relaxing, I think. The nice thing as well is that you can't really make a mistake with pointillism artwork. If you get one dot in slightly the wrong place, it doesn't matter, does it? Felt tip pens are pretty good for this, if you don't have watercolour. And the felt tip pen's a little bit like the paint that Seurat uses. They do kind of smudge into each other a little bit as you start using different colours. And they start creating new colours too. We're going to allow about 10 minutes or so for you to begin to create your pointillism works of art now. So we will, in around 10 minutes time at 11:30, perhaps start to look at one or two pictures if there have been any sent in. but we'll just allow some time now for you to create your pictures. Of course, patience is key. I thought it might be nice if we have some accomplished artists and slightly older learners with us to remind ourselves of colour mixing and the colour wheel. Of course, we can make other colours from the 3 primary colours, red, blue and yellow, can't we? And just as I showed you with the little experiments I was doing here in my notebook, if we mix red and yellow together, we start to get orange, or yellow and blue, we start to get green. And then by having a bit more blue, you can create some of these turquoisey shades of green, or a bit more yellow, these sort of grassy, leafy shades of green, and so on. And while you're not blending colours like you would with a watercolour or poster paints or something, you do start to get that effect of different colours just by using 1 or 2 together. And like I said, I'm starting to get a sort of orange just by using red and yellow dots together. I wonder what will happen if I mix my green felt tip with, let's have a look. I've got quite a dark green felt tip and I'm going to use yellow. I wonder what that will do to the colours that I'm creating from a distance. I wonder what that will do. Let's find out. Lots and lots of little dots. I can't wait to see some of your artwork. Oh, that's interesting. I'm sure lots of you are making interesting arty discoveries now as you start to combine different coloured dots. I'm finding that the yellow and the green felt tip pens here, when I use those dots together, I thought it was going to make the dark green I'm using look lighter, but actually it's sort of making it look more blue. Can you see? I've created little circles of dots here on the O of my name, and they're starting to look a little bit bluish from a distance. Interesting. Some of you might be celebrating Easter this weekend, so you might be creating an Easter-inspired picture, or you might be inspired today to use Pointillism to create a Easter card, perhaps, to give to somebody. Thank you. I'm just reading your comment on here. Emily. Hi, Emily. I think you've joined us before, so welcome back. And Isabel as well. Hi. You've chosen 2 different pictures. Lovely. Hello, Alice. Hello, Arthur. I think you've joined us before as well, Arthur, haven't you? Welcome back. Hi, Alice. Cotton buds and paint. Oh, wow. I would like to see that because I don't actually have cotton buds and paint at home. It was a technique I wanted to try, but I can't. So I'd really like to see that. That would be brilliant. I think I'm going to do a wavy dotty pattern going across my L in my name, Ollie. Oh, and I've got a really nice bright pink that I'm going to use for that. And I think I'm going to try combining pink with another colour, although I'm not sure which colour will go well with pink. It'll be an experiment. Of course, the white of the page which you're working on, if you're working on a white page, also affects the colour in Pointillism. So if you leave bigger spaces between the dots, you can see more of the white showing through from the page behind, which makes the colour lighter. And if you space your dots more closely, then there is less white showing through, and so the colour looks darker. And you can see here the difference. On my wavy lines, I've been doing on the letter L for my name. I've done dots quite far apart, so lots of white shows through, and very close together. And you can see, look at that, from a distance, I've got a light pink wavy line and a dark pink wavy line. So that's another effect that you can use in your pointillism painting. I think I'm going to use some yellow in with my pink dots again. Let's have a go at that, see what that looks like. Oh, I quite like that. It's starting to go orangey. Yeah, I'm getting a really interesting orangey colour now by combining pink and yellow. Can you see that starting to look much more orange? It looked much more pink before. Do you find it relaxing making pointillism pictures? I do. Good work, those of you having a go at this. I'm just going to have a look and see if we have received any emails yet. There's no rush if you're still working on your pictures. I don't expect anybody will finish during today's session. It takes quite a long time, doesn't it? So there's no rush just yet to send a picture. But of course, I'd love to see your work in progress. We don't need to see anything finished, but it would be lovely to see some pictures of your work in progress. Oh wow, yes, we've got a nice picture come in. I'm just going to start downloading these now, and then we'll look at them all together shortly. How are you getting on? Are you starting to see some interesting colours being made by mixing two or more colours of dots together? I think I want to try starting to colour in my my hot air balloon. I don't think I'm going to finish my one today. I think I'm going to use this as an opportunity to practice. And I want to try there. I might come back to this later and finish it. But I'm just going to practice using dots on one of my sketches that I don't yet have any colour in. It's quite nice having a sketch, actually, or the outlines of your letters. The lines as a guide are quite helpful. Well, I'm just getting started. But actually, it's starting to make that hot air balloon look a bit more 3D, those curved lines. I like it. One or two more pictures coming in, thank you. Just allowing 1 or 2 more minutes for you to now send in your pictures before we look at them together. While you're working away on your pointillism pictures, I would just like to share with you a place where you can get some more art inspiration and resources. If you've got arty children at home who are looking for more arty activities during this spring term holiday, then I would encourage you to have a look at planbee.com, of course, if you haven't already. We have lots and lots of resources that, of course, we created with teachers and schools in mind to begin with at planbee.com for every subject. But hopefully you're seeing through these live sessions how you could use them at home as well. I'm not doing these lessons exactly as I would if I was in a school setting. I'm picking and choosing bits that I think are interesting and taking a bit more of a sort of relaxed, open-ended approach to things, which I think is really important for the home learning. You have to be a lot more flexible. But of course you can use these resources however you like, and hopefully you've seen me show how, and perhaps you've seen Emma and Abby's live sessions as well showing you how to do that. So there's complete schemes of work, which we've talked about before. They're packs of multiple lessons on different themes here in the art menu. So there's famous artists, and of course the pointillism lessons are in there, some other pointillism lessons as well. But you'll find lesson planning and resources for lots of artists. Henri Rousseau, Andy Warhol, there's our Seurat, Sonia Delaunay, William Morris, Lowry. So if you've got an artist you'd like to learn more about or create works of art in the style of an artist you like, I'm sure you'll find something there. And of course, we can advise, we're happy to advise. There's live chat on our site, or you can email us as well, and we're happy to help. If you've enrolled via the home learning link, then you'll be aware that we're giving parents a silver membership at PlanBee, and that lets you choose 3 of these schemes of work for free. So it's a really good benefit for you as a home educating parent during this time. You can choose 3 of these. They could be art, English, geography, history, but you get 3 for free with your silver parent membership. And of course, you're getting a decent discount of 30% as well, should you want anything else after that. But that's not all. I do want to point you to our free resources too. And here they are. We've got loads of arty ideas among hundreds of other free resources, but we've got templates for cutting out, colouring pages, packs. I like these ones. Finish the picture. These are great fun. Really good for imaginative artists. Can you continue around the photograph in the middle and finish the picture? So there's loads of arty ideas there. More than 60 arty ideas in total that are free. Right. Hello again, Orla May. Thank you for joining us. I can see we've got some more pictures coming in. I'll just download those now, and then we'll take a look. I can't wait to share these with you. Wow, some fantastic pointillism artwork here. I can't wait to share these. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? So, if you'd like to continue with your pointillism pictures while I'm here nattering away, then don't let me stop you. Carry on, of course. But I'm going to show one or two of the pictures that you've been kind enough to send in today. And there's some really good stuff. Let's start with Alice and Arthur. Welcome back. I might need to, oh, I know. There we are. I can shrink this down a bit. Now, look at this. This is really nice. Alice, oh, brilliant. Well, you're very lucky. You've got some really nice paints there that you're using. And I think, from what I can see, you're using a cotton bud as well, aren't you? That's superb. And you're getting a really nice effect there by combining colours. Lovely. That's really, really nice. Thank you for sharing that. Let's have a look at Arthur's. Arthur, you've used something different, haven't you? You've used felt tip pens like me. So you've gone for the sheet that says Pointillism as well, very nice. But you've used felt tip pens. Look at that. And actually you can see really well here, can't you, the effect of combining dots of different colours. We've got a really sort of dark, almost purplish, slightly brown even, colour here in the letter O by combining what looks like blue and red dots there. Lovely. Thank you for sharing. And we have a picture from Orla May as well. And Orla May has done the same as me. She has drawn big bubble writing, and she's done the two initials for Orla and May, the two parts of her name. And look at that wavy patterns as well. I love it. Nice work in progress there. And I can see, as I look back, the yellow dots with the green dots here. I like that effect. It sort of from a distance starts to make that green look lighter. Really nice. Well done. Now, I'm not sure who has made this next picture. Perhaps you can tell me in the chat now. I recognise that face. Oh, and you've chosen the Flowers and Hills background. Really nice. And you're using felt tip pens like me as well. Look at that. I can't believe how much you've done in the time that we've just been here together today. There is so much going on there. I like how you've varied the distance between your green dots here. They're close together here, so it looks like a darker green, but they're more spaced out here, looking like a lighter green. That's really nice. Who is that? Let me know in the chat, won't you? And we have, just coming in now, a picture from Georgia. We'll share that as well now. Hi Georgia, thank you so much for joining me today for our arty session. I hope you're having a nice time. Wow. Look at the beautiful variety of patterns here. Oh, and you've copied the word dot, haven't you, like we did on one of our worksheets. But look, we've got stripes here, and I really like this combination of different dots of different colours here. It sort of looks almost a bit like a sort of speckled egg, a bit like a speckled Easter egg, doesn't it? With the pink and the blue and the red there. That's a lovely effect. Well done. Thank you for sharing that. Well, What brilliant artists we have here today. I didn't get very far with mine, but goodness, you did well with yours. After today's session, if you'd like to, I would love it if you would send me pictures of your finished artwork to homelearning@planbee.com. Firstly, because I would just love to see them. I would really like to see your finished pointillism pictures. Or if you're inspired to create something different using pointillism and dots, then please send that to me at homelearning@planbee.com. And the other reason is that we like to share those somewhere that you can all see them. So just lastly again, I'll remind you that we've been putting up examples of people's fantastic artwork, amazing writing and brilliant maths problems here on our blog at planbee.com. And look, there we go. These are from Abby and Emma's sessions about manga art, like I said at the start of today, and the live learning session about the gingerbread man as well. And you can see some of the brilliant story maps, artwork and pictures that people have been kind enough to share with us during these sessions. I'm going to share one more pointillism picture now that somebody has very kindly sent in, and then we're going to wrap up today's session. Oh, by the way, Alex, wasn't it? The picture who I didn't know who it was. Alex, welcome back. Thank you for sharing your lovely pointillism picture. We're going to look at one more now. Fantastic. This is Isabel. Welcome back, Isabel. Thank you so much for joining me again. Here's Isabel's picture. Lovely. Lots of... Oh, I really like your tropical fish here with the dark purple. And then what you've done is you've done more or less solid colour here, haven't you? But you've done a stripy band across the fish. Lovely. There we go. So there's Isabel's. Oh, please show Amelie's. Let's see if Amelie's has come in. All right, we've definitely got time, so let's have a look. Amelie. Thank you, Amelie. Look at this dramatic pointillism picture here, made with black dots. So this is Amelie as well, welcome back. I love it. It's very dramatic, dark night sky with that, with those black dots. And I love the way you've combined dark blue and light blue dots to make the ocean of the earth here. That's a really good effect. Lovely. Well, I said I was only going to do a couple, but we've definitely got time for one more. We're finishing in about 2 minutes, so let's have a look at this. You might have to tell me on the chat who this is, but I can see some extremely neat pointillism dots here in this picture. Wow, look at this. So neat. Love it. And you've combined dots of different colours there, which from a distance starts to make a different colour, doesn't it? Thank you. Really nice. That's terrific. Who is this on the chat here? Please tell me, by the way, if you are on the live chat, who this is. I'm not sure that I got the name in the email there, but do let me know. Really nice. Well done, everybody. Oh, it's so brilliant to see your pictures again. We are going to wrap up today's session now. And as I said, if you do send in anything after you've finished your pictures today, I would love to see them, and I will share them all together up on our blog. I've had a brilliant time again with you today. Please do check back with us, subscribe to our YouTube channel and enrol via the home learning form so that you know about any sessions that we're running next week and some more regular sessions I hope the week after. I hope to see some of you again on the stream. Thank you Emma and Abby once again for joining me on the live chat and helping everybody there. Oh hi, there we go, Preet. Hello Preet, that was your lovely dot picture. Welcome, I'm so glad you could join me today. And thank you for sharing your picture, brilliant. Well, that's it for today. We'll wrap up. This session will be available to review along with all of our previous live sessions on our YouTube channel after this. But all that remains for me to say now is I hope you have a fantastic afternoon wherever you are. And if you're celebrating Easter this weekend, have a wonderful, wonderful time. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.